Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is webinar number 4 of Project Supremacy version 3 show-off week. We want to call it that. As you probably already know, we've been doing webinars all week to showcase all of the great features in that is Project Supremacy version 3. So welcome back. This will be our final webinar on the topic. Herc is loading the webinar page right now. In case you missed webinars 1, 2, or 3, it is at v3.projectsupremacy.com. There 3 tabs are. Webinar 1 was WordPress PBN management and security, right there, where we went over all those cool features. Webinar number 2 was the SEO aspect of the plugin, like on the blog itself, on the WordPress blog itself. And then more importantly, it's all about the project planner. So very, very important webinar there. And the third webinar, we went over schema and how to generate schema over on the app and push it out to your blogs and to get all that schema generated correctly. Very, very important, as we've been preaching for the last couple of years about schema and getting it onto your sites, making it error-free. It really does help your rankings. There's no doubt about it. So very, very cool webinar there. To make sure you check it out. The schema app inside of V3 is greatly improved over version 2. Very, very powerful stuff. All kinds of goodness in there. We went over it pretty heavily yesterday, and mainly just we want to make sure that people are not intimidated by it. I know it does look like a behemoth at first glance, as you can see. Herc is going down the tree there. Really cool the way we actually spent the last few weeks redesigning how this interface works here, because we understood users' feedback, and we understood that it was a little bit clunky, if you want to call it that. So we've redesigned it now and went over it quite extensively in yesterday's webinar. So make sure you take a look at that, and do not be scared of it. Just test, as we mentioned yesterday at the end, just fool around with it. Set up a test blog and just go after it. Don't be afraid to break it, or do break it, and then you'll learn a lot from doing that. So that is the last 3 days. Today's webinar is basically just Q&A. We might touch on a few more features that we might have forgot to go over in the first 3. Some smaller, that don't need a lot of explanation, but we just want to point them out. Herc's going to go over that. But mainly, we are going to chit-chat with the 100 or so of you on here today. Questions, comments, concerns, feedback, all of that kind of stuff. So we won't be on here for 2 hours today, I don't think. Probably more like an hour. Depending on your questions, of course. We always like to stay until there are no more questions, so that's always the case there. All right, sounds good. Without further ado here, Herc, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I can
All
hear you.
right. Yes, sir. I hear you loud and clear. So I'll shift it over to you and mute myself for now.
Okay. All right, guys. Welcome back into the webinar. Just like Todd said, I really want to stress where the replays are found. It's v3.projectsupremacy.com. Okay, all the replays are going to be there. I know people keep asking where the replays are, so we're just going to keep stressing that so that you guys all know. We'll send you emails, of course. We'll post in the group where you can come and watch the replays. But these replays, as far as V3 goes, are a collection of the greatest training and usage case of V3 that we've ever put out. Simply because, like Todd said, we've worked so hard on updating the plugin and just making sure it's working fantastically. So we have everything here. We're going to leave the replay here. I do want to get, before I go into just the general Q&A, I do want to get into the pricing, because a lot of people asked for a cheaper price, and I do see some comments already coming up about the pricing. So I want to actually cover that first on the replay if you guys are interested in getting V3 if you don't have it. And let me ask you guys, give me a 2 if you don't have V3 yet. I want to see how many people on here just don't have it, and then I'll explain what's up with pricing. Okay, there's a bunch of you. Okay. So if you are interested, we're going to leave it open until Monday at midnight. So this countdown timer is counting down to when we're going to close it again. When we do close it, it'll likely stay closed again for a little while, and I believe the next time we reopen it, it will be to the public. So our pricing options that you guys are going to see are completely different than what we're going to launch to the public. You guys, obviously being Supremacy members, either owning our software or being part of our groups, are going to get a far better deal no matter which package you do choose to take. I've got to update this timer because this one's a little off. The first packages that we offered were the annual plan for $697 today, and then every year it would be $397. That's going to allow you to manage up to 500 sites, track up to 800 keywords, get up to 800 keyword scrapes. Like in the project planner, when you're looking up CPC and competition metrics, it'll allow you to do like 800 per month. You'll get 20 sub accounts. That's not on here. I will update that. You'll get 20 sub accounts to use with this plan, and as well as access to the full schema.org builder. This plan is the exact same usage, but it's on a monthly term where it's $397 for the first month and then $47 per month. And some people were like, you know, I just don't need 500 sites, and we totally get that. So people asked us for a smaller plan that was definitely more affordable on the intake. So we just recently released the personal premier plan, which is straight up $47 a month. It'll allow you to work up to 40 sites, track up to 400 keywords, so it's half the amount here. Scrape up to 400, and this one's going to come with 3 sub accounts. Once again, I will update that. Now, before I move forward with this, I do want to show you guys, because now that we're done all 3 of the webinars, I want to show you the valuation of this in a lot more detail. So there's 3 main aspects of Project Supremacy that that you guys will have access to when you purchase any of these plans. Okay, that's going to be WordPress management, it's going to be keyword rank tracking, and it's going to be the keyword research. Okay. So if I pull up this screen here, okay, I'll go over each one of those. WordPress management on its own, okay? So if we look at the Premier plan, the big one, you guys are getting 500 sites, okay? These guys are a WordPress, probably one of the most compatible or similar WordPress managers. For that same package of 500 sites, okay, it's around 400. It's $125 per month just for that feature, just for WordPress management, okay? So let me like write this out for you guys, like the 500 site plan, just so you can see the value. Actually, sorry, for Kath, I'm gonna do this on the Open Office Writer, so it's nice and big. I got you, Kath. Okay, so the 500 site plan. Okay, right now we have it $697 year 1, and then $397 for years, you know, 2 to whatever, 2 to infinity, okay, for however long you stay. What that works out to monthly, if I show you guys a calculator, and I'm doing this just so you guys can really see the value. Okay, $697 divided by 12 would be like your monthly value on that yearly plan. It's $58 a month for year 1, but you're prepaying it, so we're obviously giving you a big deal. And then when it goes down to $397, okay, you're getting down to $33 a month. Okay, so that's the 500 site plan in an annual fashion. Okay, we also have the 500 site plan in a monthly fashion, which is $397 month 1, then $47 a month. Okay, how that breaks down for your total annual investment. So it's 11 months at 47, which is 517 plus the 397 for the first month. Okay, that's 914. That's your total first year cost. But if we divide that by 12, whoops. Okay, we're at $76 a month. So right away you can see, on average. So right away you can see that the annual plan is a lot better. Okay, and then once you're into the $47 a month, like year 2, that's $564 a year. So down from $397. So that plan is quite a bit more valuable, the annual. But the last one that we have is the 40 site plan, okay, and that's just $47 a month, straight up. Now, each one of these plans is going to get you three things, right? It's going to get you WordPress management, it's going to get you keyword tracking, and it's going to get you keyword research, okay, meaning you're pulling the CPC, the data, the competition metrics, right? And you're also going to get schema. So now, like, to compare this, guys, okay, so for the 500 plan, look at this, CMS Commander is $175 a month. So comparatively, okay, and now we'll go over to Pro Rank Tracker. The 800 plan is $40 a month or $39 a month. These are the actual costs bought elsewhere. And then you all know the schema one. The schema one's nuts. The biggest plan that they have is 100 domains, and that's $300 a month. Okay. And you also get keyword research tracking. So that would be like a keyword research tool. So I could probably put that in there at about $37 a month for something like Ahrefs tool or SEMrush or whatever, and that would be a really small plan. So if you look at the value of what you're getting through V3, once on the 500 plan, 175 plus 39 plus 300 for the schema, and then an additional 37. Sorry, I said schema there. I'll change that. That's keyword research. Okay. Elsewhere, this totals up to $551 per month. Okay, in comparison to what you guys are getting for the same plan up here, where it breaks down to $58 a month and then $33 a month, or even $76 a month. This is the value, guys, that you're getting. It's absolutely huge, right? Because you're getting all these things in one tool, plus you're getting all the other features. You know what I mean? Like the SEO features, those plugins. Those, I mean, you can go get those plugins elsewhere for free, like Yoast and shit like that. But I mean, it's all included in one easy-to-use package, and that's why we really truly believe V3 is such a crazy good value. And once again, these packages, the 500 site plan, the monthly plan with V3, and even this 40 site plan, okay, is not going to be available to anyone else, only to you guys, because you're the Supremacy members. If I was to take this down to just 40 sites, $25 a month for tracking. I think there's another 19, so that's $67 a month, and then for 30 domains is 97, so that's $197 per month, okay, versus $47 a month. So that's a huge, it's 75% cheaper. And it's, instead of, you know, I do my WordPress management over here, I do my keyword tracking over here, I do my keyword research over on this tool, and then I do my schema over on that tool. You don't have to do that. You can buy everything all in one place. You can have it all in one place, and it's it's significantly cheaper, right? So this last plan that we added, that $37 or $47 a month straight up plan, these are going to be more in line with what we offer to the public. Like, we'll have a 30 site plan, I think a 100 site plan, and a 250 site plan, and those will be $47.97 and $147 a month when we go public. So I just want you guys to fully understand that these prices, this is the last time we're going to offer these. These are what you guys need to get in on if you want this tool, because you're not going to get it anywhere near this cheap later on. I also see some people asking, you know, can we start with this plan and move to that plan? I think you can. What you would have to do, though, and this is kind of going to suck for you guys, is say you start on the $47 plan and you want to go move over to the monthly plan. You could cancel this subscription, that will be fine, and then sign up with this one, but you're still going to have to pay that initial $397 first month. And the reason why we have the kind of the higher initiation cost is that's going to cover Todd and I's development costs and running costs for like all the APIs that we have to pay for. We pay literally around $4,000 a month just to have those APIs available to you guys. So you can move from this plan into this plan or this plan, but you're still going to end up having to pay that initiation, okay? Just because I see that question coming up. So that's the pricing. If you guys do want to get it, if you want to save all that, you know, money and shit like that, this is the link right here, v3.projectsupremacy.com Premier, and you'll be able to access that directly, or you can go to the replay page, and that pop-up will happen on the top of the window, okay? And then this offer will close, guys. I'm going to change that timer because that timer's wrong. It'll close Monday at midnight, basically. So hopefully that covers any questions about pricing and stuff like that. I'll just go through and see if there's any more. And then, so what I'll do now, guys, is now that I'm kind of through the pricing and I don't see too many questions, I see a couple more, but I'll cover them. The last feature, I did want to show you guys one more feature of V3 that I didn't talk about on any of the other webinars. Okay, you are getting more stuff. And that's this right here. This is the articles, and then we'll talk about future updates and stuff like that as well. What the articles tab is going to allow you to do, guys, is if you have an I Need Articles account or an iWriter account, this will allow you to order any content for any of your sites for any reason right from within PSv3. So like I said, we're trying to get everything in one spot so you can literally manage every aspect of SEO and site management all from one spot, which includes content creation and curation and syndication. So you guys will be able to order articles from either I Need Articles or iWriter, and when they are ordered, they will show up here, and then you'll be able to do all the same functions that you have on those sites, where you'll be able to see the article, you'll be able to approve it, deny it, request a rewrite, any of those things. But when you do approve it, what will happen is it'll move from a pending into a My Projects, where from that point you'll actually be able to push that article into any blog that you have on your network. Then you'll also be able to either add that content to a new page or post, or append it, meaning you can add additional content to a post or page that has it. I can't show it to you right now, guys, because actually both of these guys just recently updated their APIs, so we're working on getting our communication back with both of these services. But it's just another feature that will allow you guys to, you know, do another task. I know content creation is a big task, but it'll allow you to do it from inside your dashboard. Order the content, approve the content, upload the content to your sites. Okay, so that's kind of the last feature that we had on here that I wanted to show you guys. The next thing we'll talk about right now is some of the updates that we have planned and on the table for discussion on whether we're going to do this or not. Number one is going to be blog metrics, and it shouldn't be too hard to do, but it basically would be tying into like the Ahrefs, the Moz, the Majestic, so that you could probably you'll get another tab here that will show you where your blog stands in the eyes of like Majestic, Moz, or Ahrefs or whatever. So like for instance, if I take PSv3 Bank, okay, and we go over to Majestic and we pop it in there, it's going to give you that trust flow, citation flow information, okay, and backlink information, which is a really good way to understand how powerful your blogs are, as well as to be able to monitor how these metrics are changing over time, because they do change over time. Okay, you lose links, you gain links, stuff like that. So that's one of the updates that we would like to pull in is blog metrics. Another really big one that Todd and I discuss a lot, and we're really not sure how we want to do it, is we were trying to decide whether we were going to create a second product or just move it into this product, and that would be basically link tracking for your PBN. So you'd be able to see, for instance, with PSv3 Bank being a PBN, right? We have a tag of a PBN, we know it's a PBN. What links does that site have going to what sites in what amount, right? And this is for all you PBN backlink builders out there. You'd be able to quickly analyze what links were built on this site and where they're going and whatnot. The reverse of that situation would be for any of your money sites, right? You'd be able to see what links are coming in from what other sites, right? So that's link tracking. That would kind of be like PBN management and link tracking. That's a pretty big update. Yeah, Keith, it's an awesome one. It is a huge update, and we're trying to decide whether we want to make that a separate product or just roll it into this one. I'm kind of leaning more towards rolling it into this one, so we don't have to start from scratch, and a lot of the stuff's already there. but that's another planned update that we want to have into V3. Let me see what Bruce is saying here, including PBN linking into V3 even for $10 a month more. Yeah, that PBN management side of things would just simply be awesome, and that is something that we want to bring into it. So let me see. What we'll do now, guys, is because we've spent so much time showing you everything, I really truly believe we've covered everything on the V3. We've showed you every feature. We broke it down into like scenarios like WP blog management, and then SEO, and then schema. What I'll do, guys, now is just go over a Q&A. So we'll keep this webinar a little shorter today, unless you guys just continually ask questions. We'll go for a max of 2 hours. But if you guys have now any questions about anything that relates to V3, whether it be schema building, you want to see more examples of something, tag managing, any of the features we've covered in the last 2 days, that's what we're going to cover today. So let me just go back and read some of the questions that are here. AJ, is anybody using Project Supremacy for monthly maintenance for their clients? And what is a good amount to charge? That's a great question and a great opportunity, actually, AJ. Like, if you have clients, that put them onto V3, do their SEO, obviously charge them their SEO costs, but then you can lower their costs down to a maintenance once you got things where they want and you've added schema. Say you charge them for schema, say you charge them for SEO, and then you just want to maintain it. You can tell them, look, I have access to a plugin that will allow me to monitor your website, make sure everything's secure, make sure everything's updated. I'll always know if anything goes wrong with your registrar, your hosting, with your uptime, your downtime. We can monitor. If we add the Majestic stuff, you'll be able to know the power of their domains, and you can charge clients a maintenance fee for just a monitoring. Pricing, I wouldn't really know what to charge, AJ. It depends on you and whatever you want to do. But yeah, I mean, you could even say, like, look, let me monitor your sites for $250 a month. I'll just make sure that anything that happens, receive an email about it, I'll receive it. Oh yeah, text message notifications. That's another thing I wanted to cover. But yes, to finish this train of thought, yeah, I think you can charge your clients and let them know that you'll receive notifications when things go right away. Plus, you'll have the ability to be able to go in and fix it immediately so that they don't have any downtime, because you always want to sell to clients the benefit, what's in it for me, sort of, for the client. And for them, you can say, look, if I'm managing your shit, nothing's going to go wrong, okay? And if something does, I'll be able to fix it fast. And to them, that's uptime, right? Keeping their websites up and live. So kind of back to that other point, one of the other things we are kind of thinking about and looking into right now, you guys receive email notifications. Anytime something goes wrong, you get notifications in a couple different places. You get a notification inside of your dashboard. It'll tell you, what's wrong, and you'll be able to quickly go and fix it. You also get notifications by email, okay? And your email will contain the clickable links to where your site is hosted, where it's registered, right to the website. It'll tell you what's wrong, so you can fix it by email. But another option that would kind of be nice to build in, and I'm not sure if we're going to do this one or not, but we're going to do text-based notifications as well. So you guys can literally get a notification by text, by email, and inside the site. And just to show you guys, I didn't show this last time, but notifications, we've updated that. So right here in email notifications, if you go to settings and then email notifications, I think by default these are going to be off, guys, but if you want to get notified of website deactivations, uptime, core and plugin issues, and then backup issues, you can come in and just tick these boxes and turn them on, and now you'll get information regarding your sites on all those different things. Really, really handy, guys. I love getting my notifications when shit goes wrong so I can fix it. Rivi, you'll have to submit a support ticket, please. Alex, your 500 sites monthly plan is in conflict for the 40 site plan. The latter is better, cheaper for the folks who have fewer sites. Yeah, but Alex, it's cheaper because you're not getting as many sites, right? So it's not really in conflict. It's just you're not getting near the amount of stuff for that smaller plan. Rick, you have the plugin, but you don't see monthly billing in the back-end settings billing, and I pay for hosting with another provider. How can I switch hosting over to you guys? This V3 doesn't really have anything to do with hosting, but if you do want hosting, Rick, you can go to supremacy.hosting, and that's Todd's hosting service. And the nice thing about that is because it's Todd's, and because we're developing these software products together, you know that Supremacy products are going to work on Supremacy hosting. Supremacy hosting is built to work all the things like Ion Cube and OpenSSL and all that shit. We make sure the infrastructure of the hosting is guaranteed to work with Supremacy products. Then the other nice thing about it is if anything in our software changes and we need to update anything to work with different types of hosting or updates with PHP or updates with certain softwares, it's going to work. We're going to fix that immediately. Whereas other hosts, we don't have control of other hosts. We can't do anything about it. So if they change anything and something stops working, it's a lot harder for us to support the product that way. With Supremacy hosting, it's very, very easy. No, Rick, you don't. So the way that the rank tracking works, okay, is right here. You can add keywords from your project planner. So let's open up another site and I'll show you once again the two places. Our rank tracker, the API through Pro Rank Tracker. Okay, first of all, so you're getting the Pro Rank Tracker technology, but it's built into Project Supremacy, so it operates a little differently. You don't get all the reporting and stuff with Pro Rank Tracker. You just get the rank tracking. We still do graphs and stuff like that, but the two places that you can add keywords into the rank tracker, okay, are from projects, which is very, very handy. I remember requesting this feature a long, long time ago. Let me collapse these and go to, where's my USI? There it is. Okay, so I'll open this one up. Okay, I'm tracking these keywords here, and I can add keywords. So if I were to add, say I had just added these keywords, I can click this button, click on the little lightning bolt tab, and then track keyword rankings. What that'll do is add the rank tracking of these keywords into the project planner so that you're actually looking at your on-page optimization, you're looking at your search volume, your CPC, plus all your competition metrics, but you're also seeing where you rank. So if you're not happy with where you're ranking, you'll be able to perform on-site optimization for the page that you're trying to rank for these keywords. So the rank tracker is just kind of like a guide. Am I getting the result that I want out of the optimization that I have? If not, you'll be able to edit your optimization. You'll be able to edit your optimization to try and rank better for those keywords. And then the notes tab is where I kind of keep track of changes that I'm making to the optimization of this page so that I can see if that helps or not. Okay. So that's one place where you can add keywords. So it shows up here, but the other place is if you come back to the rank tracker, okay, it also adds your keywords right here, right? And then this way you'll be also able, this one's a little more detailed inside of the app, you'll be able to select certain keywords and still look at like ranking graphs and stuff like that for keywords that you have. So you can see rankings where they're going, oh, that's a nice blue one, wasn't listed, now all the way up to whatever it is, number top 3 or whatever. So yeah, and then these as well, you can, for anyone that wants like client reporting and stuff, you're still able to download like PDFs, PNG images, JPEG images for the keywords that you're tracking, right? So that stuff you can send to clients. So there's still, we try to build in as many features as we can. It's like I said, it's not Pro Rank Tracker, but it is coming through Pro Rank Tracker. So that's the other place, that Pro Rank Tracker, and that's built into your cost. Okay, that kind of goes back into this where either your 500 site plan is $58 a month, $33 a month, or $76 a month, and rank tracking is built into that. Link cloaking as well. Dale, link cloaking's already, I'm not sure if you're saying you'd like to see that, but a link cloaking is actually already in Project Supremacy. So if I go over to my site and I go over to affiliate products, and this one's actually really badass. I really like this link tracker. So what we do is we create affiliate links, or any type of links. It doesn't have to be an affiliate link. I even track links from one page to another, to be honest with you, and I'll show you how I do that. But these, this is where you can add any affiliate links and turn them into short codes, and those short codes are usable on your sites. We also track the stats, the click-throughs, and the CTR for all of your links. Okay, so Each one of these has 3 options. So if I go to edit the shortcode, for instance, I have an image link. Okay, I can have the option to open the link in a new window, make it a no follow link, and then mask it, which is a link cloak. Okay, masking the URL is link cloaking. So now if we want to go look at what those links look like, I can go to I'll go to USI Tech because we have a bunch. Actually, let's I'll show you guys those links in action and how cool it is. So on my sidebar, guys, I have like for instance, we joined USI Tech to test the profitability. Click here to get our referral reports and stuff like that. This isn't an affiliate link. It is still a link that I track in here, and you can see what I do is right here. I track. It's called the USI Tech Review widget. All I'm doing is tracking clicks from my sidebar into my page because it's I want to know if I'm getting good clicks. Obviously, it's below the fold and all that stuff, so I could probably move it up and test how my links are. I'm tracking the link from this page. So if someone clicks on this link, it will actually take them to this page, and then I know how well that link is performing on my sidebar. But this down at the bottom now is the affiliate link right here, okay? And if I know it's hard to see, but in the bottom left, you guys, excuse me, know that when you hover over a link, it shows the link. So if I copy the link, okay, so I'm going to copy the link address, what it ends up looking like, oops, okay, just to get rid of the white screen here, make it all white. That's what when the shortcode is placed, but the page renders. So when people see it, this is what they see. So it's even though it's an affiliate link, it's still a link from how to make money with Bitcoin, right? So it's a masked link. The nice thing about these links that I kind of figured out, I don't even know when I figured this out as well, but they also, you could take that link, okay, once it renders onto your blog, not the shortcode, but the actual link itself, and paste it on Facebook. And even though it's a redirect, which Facebook doesn't allow, for some reason, I'm not sure what it is, we should probably look into it, Facebook is allowing our links, which is awesome. So you can post these links on Facebook and it'll track the clicks on you for you and stuff like that. So those are our masked links, Dale. That's right, really, or Paul, the $47 per month 40 site is just 47 straight up, no other fee. Just 47 bucks a month and you go. And that plan is based on the 30 site plan that we're going to offer when we go public. That's this guy, okay? Well, actually, I'll go to the Premiere page. I'll show you when we go live, what that'll be, just so you guys know that you're still getting a better deal even if you order that plan. It's going to be the same price for that plan when we go live. It'll be $47 a month, but it'll be 30 sites, 300 keywords, and one sub account. So you guys are still getting a bunch of bonus stuff in there as well. Dale, send us a ticket. Dale Strand, your question at 12:28. Send us a ticket, please. Okay, Alex W. As a product, does Project Supremacy gravitate towards blogs of all kinds, e-commerce, catalog, basic? Yeah, Alex. I know that Project Supremacy started primarily as an SEO plugin, right? When it was just a plugin, and then of course Schema, and that's really what put it on the map. Was probably the Schema, not the project planner or anything like that. The people just didn't get it. But it was primarily known as an SEO plugin, and then when we moved into building the dashboard, the central control management, we're attempting to move out of the SEO space. So yes, like this can be used by people who are like, say, in just an agency where they want to manage client sites. It can be used for, like, I know there's a guy that has it that runs a bunch of band websites. He's a band manager, and he runs all their websites. So he bought this so that he could keep their websites up to date. Yeah, we're slowly moving towards away from just being an SEO plugin into being like, you know, an overall WP management tool as well. But of course, because we come from the SEO space, we build in a lot of SEO features. And SEO is just an important thing. For anybody that's running a website, SEO is always going to be an important thing. And hopefully anybody that buys this product to use it for just managing is going to learn about SEO and be able to perform SEO to any sites that they're managing. As far as e-commerce sites, catalog-based sites, as long as it's a WordPress site, this whole thing doesn't work on non-WordPress sites. There's still elements that you can use and execute in here and then transfer over to like other types of sites. For instance, like you could still plan the SEO optimization of all the pages and posts of another site here. You would just have to create them manually, so you're not going to be able to like pull in pages and posts or push them back out. But you can create these groups and do all the work on one of these, right? And then manually transfer that SEO plan over to an HTML site. You could still track keyword rankings for an HTML site or a non-WordPress site. You can still track those rankings by adding it manually into the rank tracker. You could still build schema for sites that are non-HTML site or non-WordPress sites. For instance, like the How to Make Money with Bitcoin site. If we just load up one of the schemas, okay, and we render it, we build it and we render it, you can copy this script and then paste it into the head code of an HTML site or an e-commerce site or whatever type of site, so that you're still actually generating schema. You just won't have the connectivity. So hopefully that kind of helps to answer your question. James, can you please demonstrate how you import groups from a keyword planner CSV? Yeah, that might take a while. It would basically be like this. Let me log into the keyword planner. Sorry, I'm just on another screen because I have passwords and stuff coming up. Okay, so let me sign in. Where is to? Sorry guys, I'm getting there. I just have like so many Gmail accounts. It's when my thing pops up, it's hard to find them all. Oh shit. You ruined my flow, James Power. It's okay. Having so many Google logins actually can become a pain in the ass, because you have to log into each account to get the right stuff every time. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's going to her phone. Okay, so she's not here. I have this hooked up to Tennille, my wife's phone. Basically, James, I can't show it right now because I don't have access to that without my wife being here. But you would just download the CS. You know what? Send me a support ticket, James, and I'll cover that with you personally, and then I can repost that. But it's basically you log into the AdWords Planner, okay, and then you download or you grab a bunch of keywords. Oh, she got it. What was it? I already closed the page now, of course. Yeah, you would just download what's called a CSV. Make sure it's a CSV file from the AdWords Planner. But in order to show you that, James, just send me a ticket and I'll go through it now. I don't want to like go through all these like little issue logins right now. Just keep the flow of the Webby going. Bruce, you missed part of yesterday's Webby. How does the schema get onto the WordPress site in the right place? Is there a button for that? Yeah, there is a couple buttons for that. So the way schema works, Bruce, you build it here in the schema builder, okay? You build the type of schema that you want, keeping in mind where you want it to go. Maybe if you're building for a certain page, you can build schema for a website, you can build schema for a web page or whatever, so you have to keep that stuff in mind when you're building. For instance, on how to make money with Bitcoin, we did quite a few examples with that. I built a brand schema for the actual URL, my website, but then on a particular page, I have two products that I'm reviewing on that site, BitClub Network and USI Tech. So I built USI Tech schema, being a product type schema. So let me just load it for you and show it to you. Okay. So there's the entire schema that I built, but this schema is specifically for a single page on my website. So step 1, build the schema for where it's going to go. Step 2, assign the schema. I click over to my website tab. I search for the website that I want the schema to go on. So I'll just type in how to make. And then I go into the manage website. Okay, and I go over to schemas. And then here I'll see the schemas that I have available. And since that, so for instance, here was the main brand one, okay, that I built. I send that to my homepage because I know that that's the brand of how to make money with Bitcoin. So I send that to my homepage. But then the one that I built specifically for that page, I click over to the per page schema button, okay, and then I look for the page that I want to put it on. There it is, USI Tech Review, okay, and it's already there, but all I would do then is product schema for USI Tech. I simply drag that over to here, and then video was also for the USI Tech page. I drag that over to here. Once I drag it over, it's done, and then I can just click perform validation. Or alternatively, I could take the page and run it through the Google Structured Data Testing tool. I have a nice little Chrome extension that I use for that, and I covered that in Webby 3. So if I go over here, I can see valid schemas detected, which is good. If I want to see it in more detail, I go back to the Structured Data Testing tool. There's my video object schema with 0 errors, 0 warnings. There's my product schema, 0 errors, 0 warnings. So that's how you assign schema. Build it, then assign it. The other place you can assign it as well, just to show you that you have options. Number 1 is you can assign it from within your dashboard, like how I just showed you here. The other options you have for assigning schema is inside the blog itself. So if you go to the page that you want to assign schema for, okay, you scroll down. Oh, of course, I'm logging in. Let me close these so I don't get lost. You would scroll down to the Project Supremacy box and click on the Schema tab, and you see them, they're already assigned, USI Tech Product, USI Video. But if I wanted to assign schemas, I would click this button, okay, and it would load up all the schemas that I have available to me, okay, and then I could just search for the ones that I want. So I know it's going to be USI, so I want to assign the USI Product, and I want to assign the USI Video, and I could do that. We're going to make this thing a little more intuitive as well, because I know the product schema has the brand, the aggregate rating, and the thing as subtypes of the product. But we covered in great detail that when you have nested schemas, you don't need to drag each individual schema. You only need to drag the top level. So for instance, how to make money with Bitcoin. There's my product schema for USI Tech, but USI Tech also has aggregate rating and brand schema, which you can see available to you here. But because it's nested, I only need the top one. So we'll make this a little more user friendly as well. We'll show that brand, aggregate rating, and thing are subtypes of products. So all you'll have to do is assign the one. Otherwise, you're just assigning a piece of schema and it doesn't work. But that's all covered in Webinar 3. Ron, can we back up a site and use the backup to replicate it to other domains? You can, not as like smoothly as you'd like. The way the backups work, of course, is that you know, we just create our backups. Let me tag this to affiliate sites, I believe. So like you can see this site here, Try Skinny Pills. If I view my backups, okay, these are being stored for me in Dropbox. We have a lot of options. Regular FTP, Dropbox, OneDrive, Amazon S3, Google Drive. You can store your backups in any of these accounts that you own. And then choose your backup schedule. We're also going to add the amount of backups that you want to keep so that you're not filling up your all your space and you're deleting old backups as new one shows up. So if you wanted to clone it, all you'd have to do is click on download, and you'd be downloading the zip file backup of that site. Then you would have to go into that new site and restore that backup over to here. So I've never done it that way, like a clone feature, because you're restoring everything for this site on another site. There might be connection issues and whatnot. So a cloning feature is something else that we might look at for an upgrade. Mike's going to be adding all his clients to V3. Yeah, I think you'll really like that, Mike. I mean, it's just so nice to be able to manage things quickly. Alex, show a few examples of building schema for WooCommerce sites. The best example I could give you is actually just building schemas, because WooCommerce sites is, I mean, WooCommerce is just a commerce cart, meaning that you have a product. You're doing product-based schema, right? So I would go back and watch webinar 3 on how I built product-based schema on this how to make money for Bitcoin site, because it's a bit of a long answer. I don't want to dive too much into it, but I will tell you where to find that answer. It's basically just building product-based schema, okay, and then injecting that into the product page, so that what you end up with, the end result of it, of course, you know, take your best keyword that you're trying to rank for, and you end up with like nice star ratings, right, in Google. And this gets a lot of clicks, and this page gets a lot of signups. I showed on a webinar, I think it was webinar 3. I got over 37 signups for this company in October alone. Simba, I don't know if you missed this. How do you post articles or content to the site in V3? So you have a couple options. Unfortunately, I can't show it in detail, but you can order content and post content from within your article tab. So that's if you're ordering content, okay? It's not just like creating a content and then pushing it out. This is ordering content. Once the content is approved, then you can push it out. I can't show that in detail because right now the APIs are being updated. The second option you have for content is going actually into any of your sites and going to your manage website, okay? And then on the posts and pages tab, you'll be able to edit content. Whoops, shit. I did not mean to trash that post, so I'll have to go back and save that one. See, I just made a little mistakey. So no problem, I made a mistake. Direct admin login, go to TaxGaga. Let me close these off and go fix the mistake that I just made. Okay, if I go to posts, all posts, I can go to my deleted posts. Trashed. So at least you know it works when you trash something, so I'll restore that. There we go. That's how fast it is to like make a mistake and fix it. But this one, you can edit content. As far as creating content and pushing content to your blogs, we don't have a way to do that yet, other than, you know, the article generator, being that you're ordering and then pushing content. But for something like wanting to, you know, write a post and then push it to your blogs from within the app, I think that's going to be pretty easy because we already have the posts and pages. And all we have to do, rather than do this quick edit, we'll just add a new button that says new. And it would pop up basically the same as this, where you'll have this pop up, it'll be blank, and then you just fill in your content, and then it'll ask you, okay, where do you want to save it? So that's another option. So we'll do that, Simba. I think that's a pretty good idea, and we'll definitely add that. Rick says monitoring is a great idea, meaning monitoring your sites for your clients, but $250 a month is too little. There will always be a lot of SEO adjustments and schema improvements, so it's good to get paid for the work. You can charge a base rate of $250 if nothing goes wrong, and then charge an hourly on top of it too, Rick. Like say, you know, it's $250 a month for monitoring, and then, you know, $50 an hour for when shit goes wrong. Or you could just say $500 a month and it covers everything. The thing is, it's your choice, right? How you want to charge your clients. It's just nice to have the tool to be able to do all the things you need to do in order to be able to charge what you need to charge. What monthly maintenance, if any, does schema require? Once you build your schema and it's approved, meaning you're error-free inside of the Google tool, you should be good. But it might be smart to check it once in a while, because Google is always working on schema. So they might add a new required field or something like that. So all you really need to do is just check on stuff once in a while to see if the pages are still schema compliant. No, Mike. V3 is WordPress only. You cannot add a non-WordPress site to V3. Dottie, do those notifications have to come only to one email, or can we use more than one, like one per site? No, right now it's the email notifications are just going to come to your. Let me start writing some of these feature suggestions down. You guys got a lot of good feature suggestions. So what was the other one? What was the first one? Can someone remind me what the first one was? I said we're gonna. Oh yeah, post adding post content from within v3. That's a good one. Adding site metrics. Somebody else had a good one. If anyone remembers it, just remind me and I'll add it to that list. Notification, email. That one's a little tougher, to be honest. Where am I? I forget who I'm talking to, but whoever asked about your notifications. So if I go over to settings, email notifications, we might be able to add another checkbox where it says send the email notifications to the owner of the blog, like the email that's registered with the blog. The only other thing, and like I know you want to have a different email for every site, the only other way to be able to do that is to sort of set up a new feature inside of websites where we say who's the contact for the website. So we'll look into a good way of doing that. It's a decent suggestion. For now though, all email notifications are going to go to your account email that you own Project Supremacy with. Let me scroll back down to my questions. When v3 checks for indexing, does it use site search? Yes, it does. It does it on a 24-hour window. Is it okay to add the reviews for Facebook, Google, Yelp into the plugin, or do you need to create a widget and collect new reviews? It's your choice, AJ. If you have a bunch of reviews on other sites that you want to put on your sites, you'd have to go and enter those reviews yourself manually. We don't have a way to pull reviews in from like Google Plus pages and Facebook pages. I'll add it to our list. Pull reviews from Google, Facebook. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that, just because we'd have to allow you to give us permission to access your Facebook and Google accounts. We'll look at it. But right now, yes, AJ, you can still add those. Is it wise? I've heard it's not. I haven't tested it, but I heard it's not wise to pull Google reviews onto your site because you've created a duplicate review, and I guess Google apparently doesn't love that. But it's up to you. Todd, most of my sites are on GoDaddy. Will v3 be easier now to hook up than PSv2 with IonCube? Mike, it'll be the same, but the nice thing with v3 is this auto installer. You can watch this on webinar 1, how the auto installer works. But our auto installer now, when you download the auto installer and upload it to the site, the purpose of the auto installer isn't to just install v3. It's actually to first read your server and your hosting environment to understand if v3 is going to be compatible with it and tell you if it's not compatible, why. It'll tell you that maybe your OpenSSL certificates are out of date, or it'll tell you that you have the wrong version of IonCube. It'll tell you exactly what's wrong with your hosting environment before it installs itself. So then once you go and correct those things with your hosting environment, then you'll be able to install the plugin without a problem. So while it's still the same, it's a lot more intuitive now, and it'll give you more information than v2 ever did. With v2, you just tried to install it and you got an error message on like a WordPress error message, and usually the error message was good enough to figure out what was going on. But this auto installer is going to check for a lot more things on your hosting environment to make sure that things will run really, really smoothly. And if everything's good, if it's all green check marks, it'll just install. It'll install v3 and activate it for you. John, you had some issues with IonCube on SiteGround in the past, worked on some sites, not on others. Have those issues been fixed, or should I just use a host that better supports? It's always better to use a host that supports IonCube, John, but like what I just said to Mike McAfee too about the auto installer, that applies to the answer to your question as well. Scott Reed, awesome, awesome. Unfortunately, I missed what I was saying when you said that, but good, I'm glad you liked it. Nadine, if I build a WordPress site and have it within Project Supremacy v3 and I want to sell it to an attorney, how would this be possible, and what possible terms does the attorney need license? I mean, you could always just keep V3 on there, Nadine. But if you wanted to get rid of the site and not have it in your account, you would have to have that. I would assume, especially dealing with a lawyer, you'd have to have them understand that that you buying this site and the schema and everything that comes with it is hooked up to an account. If you want to keep all those items intact, your schemas, your SEO and shit like that, you're gonna have to buy your own account. And then what you could do is just take a backup of the site when he opens up his own PSv3 account, installs his license of the plugin on it, then restore the backup, and then it'll be all the same information now on his license. Or if you just want to keep it simple, just say, you know what, I have my license on there. It comes with the site, so that's up to you. Andy, Herc, you have V2 agency. Will PSv3 adopt SEO and schema default and per page if I replace the plugin? Yes, Andy, we have a migration feature that I covered in webinar 2. Okay, but just to quickly kind of show you, and I can't show you in detail, what was that? I think this site still had V2 on it. So maybe I'll be able to show you. If I don't, I'll just install it and then I can show it to you that way. Or iTunes Alternative, I'll load that one as well. Project Supremacy V2 or V3, so that's not the one. But yeah, we've definitely built a migration ability from V2 into V3 to pull in all your SEO settings, all your projects, all your schemas, everything that you've done in V2 can one click be pulled over into V3. Okay, here we go. I have Project Supremacy V2 and Project Supremacy V3 on the site. So all I'd have to do to pull V2 settings into V3 was install V3, then I go over to migration, and this is what shows up. I'm glad that we're covering this. Project Supremacy V2 migration. Migrate your reviews, your projects, your affiliate shortcodes, your schemas, your settings, and your on-page SEO. You would just turn these buttons to yes for each one that you want to migrate, and then hit the migrate button. And when it's done, what will happen is these buttons go from blue to orange, signifying that, and there's even a note, you have migrated this already on your website. So these buttons turn orange when the migration process has already happened, so that you know that you've migrated stuff as well. We also have a migration for Yoast SEO plugin, as well as all-in-one SEO plugin. So it's one-click migration. Does Supremacy hosting include our own WHM control panel to set up domains, or is it added? It's add-on. Oh, Todd already answered that. Rivi, what is more in V3 that V2 doesn't have? Absolutely everything, Rivi. You need to watch the replays, man. V2 is just a plugin. V3 is a whole new. It's a humongous software. I mean, you'd have to watch all the replays to understand the difference between the two, to be honest, because I can't explain it in 2 minutes. But V3 is far, far, far more than V2. Kath, have I designed a good spreadsheet to track which Gmails are associated for which websites or functions? Not a spreadsheet, but what I do, I'm sure you guys have seen me do this before. Any website that I build, okay, I'll open. I have obviously a folder that has all my websites organized by the type of website it is. But what I do is I have this thing called a template. It's a template, and any new site that I have has all these files in it. And one of them is called logins. And when I set up my sites, I always put this information in this file so that it's kind of like a backup. And my Gmail address goes here, my website email address goes here. So if I do set up a Gmail account for that particular site, it's right there and I know where to find it. So I put my domain name, my registrar, my name servers, my web host, my cPanel login, my WordPress login. But all this stuff right here is taken care of in V3 automatically. It stores that all in for you. I'm just kind of weird about organization and backups and shit like that. So every time I launch a new site, I use this template website folder, fill in the details, save the folder by the name, like asbestoslaw.pro, and then save all that info so I have it backed up. I have it in V3 and I have it backed up. Ran, you're getting a notification that you're up here, so a notification that you're, let me see which one is yours, you're detected as offline. If it's detected as offline, it means your website's down. Okay, so the types of notifications are like right here we have an uptime alert. That means my website's down. mems.org is a down website, so if I click on it, it'll take me right into here, and then I click on mems.org. There you go. It's telling me that this website is down. So either the domain has failed registration or the hosting account is now down. I know why this website's down. I just haven't fixed it. But it'll tell you that your website's down. If you have it showing as offline, where in your websites, let me see if I can find some that are offline. I'll tag it, deactivated. So you're seeing something probably like this. That means your plugin is not communicating with the app, the centralized dashboard. In order for you to fix that, you have to actually go manually and log into WordPress and see what's happening. It would be one of those two things, Rand. So I would just log in and see what's going on. Okay, James, I just, if you submitted a ticket already and Marco said he'd forward to me, I just haven't got to it yet. I will check it. Can you put the name of that Chrome plugin? Yeah, I think you just got to Google it. Google testing tool Chrome extension. Google's your friend, right? There it is right there. So I'll give you that link. I'll put that into the entire audience. If you guys want that Chrome extension, the one that I can just send any page into the Google testing tool, that's the link I just posted for you. On a page is the PSv3 SEO box. Is there a save or refresh button as I update page content, but it does not reflect on the on-page health checks? I assumed editing the keyword in the page. So if I go over here, go to edit. If you're updating page content, it does not reflect on the on-page health. Yeah, just sit there. Let me pause this for a second. I can't. Sorry, that was all ringing in my ear really loud. Let me go to a different page to answer your question, Kevin. Chrome sucks. I'll tell you guys that. I don't know why I still use it. I guess I'm just so used to it, but Chrome just pisses me off with all their caching and their cookie issues. And it's just a pain in my ass. Okay, so what you're talking about, Kevin, is the like I have a target keyword set here, like Bitcoin or something like that, and it's giving you a content analysis. So you have it in there, and then you go change content, but it's not reflecting in here. Make sure you're updating your page changes. Okay, and then when you update your page changes, if you're using Chrome, once again, it kind of almost relates back to cache. After your page is updated, press Control F5 if you're on a PC, and that will reflush your cache, and that should work. If it's not working, I would just submit a support ticket, Kevin. Alex, what happens to the schema created by Project Supremacy v3 and installed on a website if I decide to remove the plugin or wipe clean the data from the site? Then the schema is gone too. The schema will still be saved, like the build of the schema for the website will still be saved. So what happens, guys, with schema? When you build it here, it stores like locally for us, like Project Supremacy locally, meaning we store it in our servers, in our database. Then when you go to your website, okay, and you assign a schema, what actually is happening with a schema assignment is you're making a database connection from this website to our website so that it pulls that information in. Okay, that keeps your site loading really fast. That's how we're able to not hurt the performance optimization of sites, even though we're building big schemas and loading in SEO shit and all that. We're keeping your sites fast loading because all we're doing is making a connection from your site to our site's database, right? So if you go and wipe the site, all you really did was sever the connection of the schema, right? So the site doesn't see the schema anymore, but the schema is still saved over here. Hopefully that makes sense. James, okay, would a built-in retargeting feature be something that might be added? A built-in retargeting feature. Not quite sure where you're going with that one, James. You want to add a retargeting code or be able to add a Facebook retargeting code or something, I'm assuming? We'll probably build that in if that's what you're talking about. Right now, what we do have under SEO settings, we have the ability to add webmaster verifications, but we'll probably add another tab for scripts so that you can add retargeting scripts or whatever scripts. Like when these companies or when you add certain softwares or hook up certain things, they're always like add this script to your header. We don't have that actually, which I'm surprised that we don't have that. A lot of plugins or themes do have it, like Divi has it and Thrive Themes has it, and my favorite one that I can't remember the name of that runs Project Supremacy, Aveda has it, but maybe we'll just build it into ours too. I'm not sure if that's where you're going, James, but Simba, I don't know if I missed this. How do I post? Okay, I already covered that one. I'm going backwards here. See you later, Bruce. We'll see you when you're back. Well, this will be replayed anyways for anyone that has to leave. Will Project Supremacy have an automated sitemap builder and submission to Webmaster Tools? We did have a sitemap builder in V2, but it just was like a nightmare, to be honest. So what we did is we stopped developing that because honestly, Google XML Sitemaps plugin is free and it's fully developed, fully supported, and there's millions of downloads. So we just recommend that plugin just because rather than code something new that was causing us problems, we're like, man, Google XML Sitemaps works really well. So what you should do is in your settings and your plugin and themes, you should have Google XML Sitemaps in there so that you can load it on every blog very, very quickly. Submission to Webmaster Tools. You have to be signed in to submit to Webmaster Tools, Andy. They took away that that ability to submit websites without being signed in. So I don't think we'll have the ability to submit to Webmaster Tools because then we'd have to store all these logins for Webmaster Tools. So that one, I'm going to say probably not. Melissa, how about a delayed syndication of posts from inside? That would be under the post creating. I'll add that note. That's a WordPress feature already, so it wouldn't be that hard. It's where you can build a WordPress post and then say post it on X date. So that wouldn't be that hard. So I've added that note. Kath, you love the option to choose 2 to 3 emails to send the notifications to. That way you can have the blog owner and client get notified. Yeah, it's a good idea. I definitely have it on the to-do list. I gotta talk to the coding team to see how easy or hard it is. Will I need to buy any additional API keys in order for PSv3 to work? You don't have to buy any API keys. Let me just see what I have for APIs in here because I want to show my API keys. But so we have Market Health, which is a CPA network. We have Amazon, which is obviously for products. Google Analytics. We have 2CAPTCHA, anti-CAPTCHA, but those aren't even really used anymore. ReCAPTCHA, YouTube, I need articles. So no, there's no APIs that you have to pay for, Alex. But with things like I need articles, for the articles tab, you do have to pay for the articles. If you want to order articles, you still got to pay for those. But the API keys that we have, there's no charges for any of them. It's all built in. You just need API keys, your own API keys for like Google Analytics or your Amazon if you're doing Amazon affiliate products or any of that stuff. Those are just to hook up to all your sites so that everything is working properly. But you only have to do it once, and every time you install a plugin, it automatically connects to the API keys that you have stored, which is really, really nice. Kevin, on your page health analysis, you're only checking the H2, H3 target keyword. Can it check all, or does it do this to force main target keyword on top of the page? I'm not sure what you mean, Kevin, to check the all / dot. What the things that we are checking are the ones that are the most important. right? So I mean, we could start dissecting down further and further, but I think the reason we don't is because it's not that important, to be honest. And I personally, the way I feel is like it's over optimizing to check for like, okay, how many do I have it in my H4? Do I have it in my H5? Do I have it in my H6? Like, it's just, is it in bold? Is it in italicized? Like, that's just overdoing it. Let me go see which ones we have. I think we have H1, H2, title, URL, like the big important ones, you know. With your title length, your description length. So we have, let me target a keyword here. Page title description, somewhere in your content, in your URL, your H1, H2, and H3 tags. So we went down from H1 to H3. And really, man, like going all the way down to H6 is pretty crazy. You definitely don't want to have it in every single tag, like a target keyword, for sure. And remember, guys, this target keyword can be anything, right? It's not the main keyword. You can change it around. Like, I could have like USI Tech Review, and then I can change it Bitcoin Review. This is just to look for how does any keyword that you like look in your content analysis. And I can guarantee you this too, guys. Just because you have green checks the whole way down doesn't mean that you all optimized properly either, right? This is just a check to see where stuff is. It's not meant to be make sure everything is checked green and then you're good to go. If you want to know how to do proper on-page optimization, I would rewatch webinar number 2. Really, are you kind enough to offer some discount for those who already have invested the same $697 for V2? V2 is not $697, really. If you paid $697, you already have V3. And anyone that bought V2 in the agency stuff, guys, we already did. The pricing that you're getting is like the Supremacy pricing, but we offered the founders member to all the agency members already. That was like, shit, 3 months ago now. And it was the same price as what we have now, but you just got more stuff. So we've already gone through all that. We can't go backwards just because it's not fair to other people. We always try to be very, very fair with our pricing and our offers. And then if you missed it, I mean, everybody that didn't miss it and just is seeing it now can just email us and be like, hey man, can I get that better price? And that's just not fair. We email everyone, we post in the groups, we do everything we can to be fair. But if you have a 697 already, you already got it. What is HTTPS? That just means you have an SSL certificate and it's a secure site, Bill. Where is the buy link for the personal? The buy link for the personal. Do I have my? This is the buy link. Make those bigger. Whoa. Okay, when you get to Premiere, this is where you get V3. You can also get there from the replay page. The window will pop down. But when you get to the Premiere page, you'll have the 3 options. You'll have the monthly personal. You'll have the so basically there's 2 packages, but let's just go over there just to show it again. You'll have 2 packages. One is going to be this package where it's 40 sites, 400 keywords, and then these 2 are another package, just 2 different pricing options on the same package. One is an annual option, one is a monthly option for this package, and then this one's just a small package for people who don't want to overpay for 500 sites when they only have like 10 sites. That would be this guy if you're a smaller entry. And then yes, you can move from this one to either of these 2, but you will have to pay that bigger upfront again, or not again, but anyways, right? Because you're moving up from a small package to a much bigger one. Alexander, I'm sorry about that, guys. Somebody at the door. After migration from V2 to V3, does it also work backwards from V3 to V2 whenever needed for some? Alex, it doesn't work backwards. I mean, because if you migrate from V2 to V3 and then you need to go back, it's already there in your V2, right? You don't. It's already there. If what you're trying to say is I want to build a bunch of shit with V3 and then backwards push that shit into V2, that's not, we don't have that ability. So if you want to be really, really safe in your scenario, migrate from V2 to V3, deactivate V2, that will sever the connection, okay? And then if something goes wrong, you can just reactivate V2 and you're right back where you started to begin with. Bradley, did we cover AMP Supremacy? No, we didn't. AMP Supremacy is just a WordPress plugin. It's not really part of V3. It's just an accelerated mobile pages plugin. And you guys can, if you want that, you can Google AMP Supremacy, and there it is on WordPress. You can go and figure out what that's all about. Steven, you like Yoast because it reminds you to do the basic SEO actions I need to do. Does V3 do an equally good job at prompting in the same way as Yoast traffic light system to get each post to go green? I actually just kind of covered that in another scenario, and that was basically just this stuff. But once again, even in Yoast, okay, just because your lights are green doesn't mean you've done good SEO. Okay, it just means that you have certain elements in certain places that are it's good practice, right? It's good practice. It doesn't mean that it's expert level. To be honest, if you're doing SEO based on check marks that Yoast or Project Supremacy gives you, and that's all you're doing, I don't think you're doing the best job you could be. As an example, if I was going after the keyword, you know, buy Bitcoin, but my title was like, hey man, you should buy Bitcoin, you know, and then I had buy Bitcoin in my content and I had it in my H1s, and I'd get a bunch of green check marks. But I'll tell you this right now, in your title, if this is in the rear, it's not nearly as good as having it in the front, right? But your green check mark will be there either way. So it's things like that that are a more advanced level for understanding how to optimize a page that you need to understand. And Stephen, I would watch webinar number 2 because that was, I taught people SEO using Project Supremacy V3, so it might be a really good one for you to watch. Kevin, if you put this on a client site and then the client leaves, can this be exported and imported if we tell them they have to buy V3? Yeah, because you can back up their stuff. So if you have, like, that's kind of the same situation as the other girl asked about having a lawyer, like, buy the site, what would you do? All you'd have to do is make sure you have a backup on for the site that you want to sell. Take the backup. If they, if someone else takes over the site, they have to get their own license and then just restore the backup from their license. Just make sure it's a recent backup. So they could install V3 on their site under their license and then restore the backup and it'll be fine. What's the best free theme to use if we don't have Divi? There's no answer to that, Dottie. There's a million free themes in WordPress, and the best one differs from person to person for different reasons. Just get Divi. I prefer Aveda to Divi. I'm still learning Divi a little bit because that Bitcoin site's on Divi. So I mean, I'm forcing myself to learn it because I hear a lot of great things about Divi, to be honest, I really do. But it's a bit of a learning curve. I find the Aveda learning curve a lot less. Like these pages I'm designing with Aveda. And it's fast and I love it. Oh my God, you can save elements and transfer and copy and paste elements from one page to another. And I just love it. But yeah, the big 3 for me, guys, are Aveda, Divi, and Thrive. I'm interested in writing a REST plugin to expose PS stuff to other systems. Christopher Hansen. You might be talking a little over my head. Todd might understand what you mean, but I don't. But it sounds good. I think. Alex is gone. About API keys with Google Maps, not easy to be able to get the server map API key. Not sure if you show it already, but we'll happy. It's pretty easy to get the Maps API key. Just Google how to get a Maps API key or YouTube it. I was able to get it really, really fast without an issue. I'm not sure what the issue you're having is. Kevin, how do we rewatch these webinars? This page right here, v3.projectsupremacy.com, has all these webinars on it, and I will keep it there. And so there's webinar 1, there's webinar 2, there's webinar 3, and today's webinar is going to go here. The plugin is going to go off the market Monday at midnight, but I'll leave the webinars up because they're good for training. Did I cover importing tools from tools such as Keyword Supremacy? No, you can't import from Keyword Supremacy or other keyword tools. What you would have to do is get a big list of keywords, okay, and then when you're in your project planner, I didn't really cover this, but I will. I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. So let's just create a project and we'll call it whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter what you name it. So let's say you have, you know, a bunch of keywords that you want to do. You could add a group and call it, like, you know, say maybe you had keywords that were about gardening. Okay. And then what you would do is add keywords. And then how many keywords do you have? You shouldn't have more than 10. Just add 10 keywords. And that'll add the blank, everything blank for you. Right, so that's a blank little scenario, and then you would just enter your keywords one by one into this group. We might add another function just now that you're bringing that up to when you're adding keywords to use the CSV file. Add new keywords and then add new keywords by CSV. I'll put that on the list. Excuse me, guys. I talk so much I get burpy. Kevin had 50 Aveda sites and moved to Divi. Oh, that's a pretty strong recommendation for Divi. Better dev theme. Rick, you mentioned 3-page builder, Aveda, Divi, and Thrive themes. You missed most of these, but you'll watch all the videos. Thanks for this, Rick. No problem, Brad. Can you add keywords manually without a CSV file? Yeah, that's what I just showed. So if you have a project and you just want to add a keyword, click add new keywords. It'll ask you how many keywords do you want to add. You know, okay, I want to add 5 keywords. There you go. It'll create the space for them. And now you start adding the keywords. Weight loss, Bitcoin, gardening, okay? And then when you want to get metrics for them, select the ones you want, and then you can start performing actions on them. Retrieve volume and CPC, for instance, right? And then, okay, great, I've got crazy volume. Bitcoin, 5 million searches a month, that's deadly. Then if I wanted to grab the metrics, okay, retrieve the keyword data, that'll start searching for broad match, phrase match, and title match, and URL match for those keywords. This little counter up here, this lightning bolt, is your how many of those you're going to be able to do per month, guys, and that relates back to your plan. Okay, that's the keyword research, the keyword scraping, we call it, sort of thing. That the plan you guys are getting with the big one is 800 per month, and then the other one was 400 per month on the Premier plan. Okay, that's this right here, scraping. What I just did was scraping, and those will be indicated right here, how many you have left on every plugin. You'll see this. What plan gives you 9,844 keywords? The developing the tool plan. Obviously, me and Todd have unlimited usage of everything that we develop, but we put, oh God, I wonder what the cost for development is into this tool so far. Well, I bet you we're approaching 6 figures easily. Probably over close to $100,000 to develop this now. Can you upgrade from monthly to annual? Yes, Kevin, you can, but you will have to cancel your monthly and then repay either one of these, and that includes the $397 or the $697. It wouldn't be fair for you to buy a $47 a month, upgrade to this one, and just start paying $397 a year. That's why we do that. You'll still have to pay that initial fee. And upgrade within 30 days, by the way, guys. Same, Kevin, in that scenario, you're on the monthly plan and you want to upgrade to the annual plan. Whew. I think what we would have to do in that scenario is wait until you build out enough to get to the $697, then we could switch you over. Because we can't have people, like, you know, do this for 1 month and then switch to this, because it's not a fair way to do it, because you're paying less. We've got to be fair. Yeah, just send in a ticket. If you're there, then we can switch you over. Yeah, guys, if you're all wanting to hop on board with annuals, you're gonna have to send in a ticket, and please send in your receipts, guys. I have a lot of people that are sending in tickets and wanting to do certain billing items, and they're not even sending in their receipts and stuff like that. Please send in your receipts so it's easy for us to look it up and fast. It'll make our response to you faster, by the way. Instead of you sending us a problem and then our reply to you, instead of like getting it done, is, oh, can you send your receipt? And then you wait another day, and then it's like, oh, can you send this? Just make it fast for everybody. Send in your receipts. Melissa, did I answer your question? I don't know what your question was. Re-ask it, because I'm moving fast. Where's support for V3? Okay, so support has always been supremacy.freshdesk.com, right? It's always been, always will be. Okay, that's our mainline support, guys, for all things for all things Supremacy, obviously, right? You're always going to be able to get support there. For V3 in particular, though, once you're a member, you actually have access to it. It's kind of like a different level of support, right? And that's this down here. This is going to get you in contact with us a little faster. It's a different level of support for people who have already bought, whereas this support is this was our first support desk that we ever had. We're keeping it active, but for V3 you now have a second option. Either one will work for V3, but you'll only have access to live chat support if you're a member of V3. Yeah, everything goes to Marco. We have two main support guys, Marco and Tanya, and then also our coding team will answer support questions as well. You'll see it come through as Supremacy, and then myself and Todd. We do the least support, obviously. When they have a support question they can't figure out or they need to ask us something, they come to us. But Todd and I have obviously other things to focus on, as well as the development team has better things to focus on. So Alex and Tanya are your main level support. They are there to support you guys for those, so you'll be dealing with them mainly. Marco's your love. He's great. Yeah, Marco's awesome. He's very calm. I remember when I first started doing support for Project Supremacy, I got so pissed off. I was angry. I got really jaded about a lot of shit because, I mean, you can really deal with a lot of shitty people, and I just got mean. I had to leave support desk. Alex doesn't have that in him. He's very patient. Welcome on, Mike. I'm so glad to have you on board, dude. I think you're gonna really, really love this tool. Make sure everybody that's considering getting it, make sure you rewatch all these webinars, guys. They're not a waste of time. They're so full of good information. They cover we literally had to have those first 3 webinars to cover all the features of Project Supremacy V3. Okay, it took us, and I believe each one's around 2 hours, probably about an hour to an hour and a half of training, and then either an hour to 30 minutes of Q&A. Covering all the details, but we had to do it this way to really show you in detail what V3 is really about, just because it's such a big, massive piece of software, and still growing, guys. Still more stuff coming into it. Christopher, you're building a WordPress site that runs without a theme for one of your PS experiments, dynamically generated adaptive page that load incredibly fast. Awesome, man. Post in the group how that goes and let us know. Is there phone support? No, Bruce. We don't do phone support. No problem, Scott. Any more questions, guys, about any of the items, whether it be WP management, security, SEO, project management, schema, billing, anything? We're almost at 2 hours already. I can't believe that we went 2 hours again just on a Q&A. Melissa, you're talking about the feature suggestion of posting to the site within V3, delayed syndication. Yeah, I did answer that question. I actually wrote it down and said that WordPress already has that feature. In WordPress, if you go and create a new post, You can delay that post to go live at a certain date, so it wouldn't be hard for us to build that in, and we probably will. There's been some great suggestions actually on this webinar alone that we'll probably put in. Bruce, you can pay by credit card through Stripe on any of those plans if you want to use a credit card. Just choose Stripe. Kevin, can you show where you change keyword metrics to local settings? Yeah. Let's refresh this page. Wait, don't relate. I'm going to save things first. Always remember to click your save button first, because sometimes you'll do work and it doesn't save. We have auto saving for a lot of shit now though. This was also covered. It's called conditional formatting. It's what's coloring each of these columns a different color, either yellow, green, or red, or I guess it's kind of pinkish, but it's supposed to represent red. In webinar 2, we covered conditional formatting, but just so you know, right here, if you go to manage and go to conditional formatting, you can switch between, oh, I got to update the plugin because it's not there. Let me just go update, and then I'll show it to you. That update just got released a few days ago, actually. So I'll check. Oh yeah, I'm on V10 right here, so that's going to be updated. Okay, so now I'll go back into that project. Okay, I'll load that project. Excuse me. And then I'll go to manage and go to conditional formatting. And right here, oh, now I got to refresh my cache because Chrome sucks. Control F5. Always refreshing my cache. Okay, now there they are. Okay. Right now, the default setting is what's going to be highlighted, so it's on default. You can switch it to affiliate, and these are based on my experience, these numbers, guys. Switch it to affiliate and then apply that template, and that will change the colors of the keywords, and let me load this. It'll change everything to what I believe to be an affiliate style go or no go, and then local, you can also switch to local. Okay, apply that template, that'll switch numbers around. Those are going to stay green because they're so huge. But then you can also build your own templates. Okay, if you understand these numbers and what they're about, just select this little line, then create whatever numbers you like for each of the items. You only have to fill in the above and the below. The middle ones fill themselves out. And then click on Save Template, and it'll ask you what do you want to name your template. You click Save, and then you have that template named, and you can run your own templates. No, we don't accept Bitcoin yet, Bruce, for V3. We don't have, like, we basically right now we're stuck to going through certain shopping carts or certain scripts that accept the credit cards for us, and none of them have Bitcoin as an option yet.
Dude, Stripe has that in beta.
Stripe has it in beta? Sweet!
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to implement it pretty soon.
If you guys want to pay with Bitcoin, we're more than happy to take it. Mike, you just saved my ass. I'm taking on a new client next week for $1,500 a month with 2 locations, and it's all effed up. Yeah, good, Mike. You'll be able to pull in their pages. So for you, Mike, what I would do, load those plugins, okay, and then you're going to need to see what state of SEO they have for every page, okay? So the first thing you're going to want to do is come and create a project. Once you have the plugin installed, log into the WordPress side of things, go to project, go to product management, and load up a project, okay? So I'm going to just do this for you, okay? Mike McAfee. You related to John McAfee? Just kidding. So there, this will be your project. Load it up, okay? And then what you're going to do is go Actions, Add Group from existing post or page, okay? So this is going to take all their posts and pages on their site. So there they are, okay? You're going to select all, even though it's a lot. Get rid of the shit like contact page and privacy page. You're only going for the actual pages that they're trying to rank for. I'll just add them all just because, whatever. And then click Add Groups. What that's going to do is import their current SEO, right? So these are all the pages on this site. Now what you'll do is click on Actions, and you're going to click Expand All. Okay. Now you're going to get to see the title, description, H1, and URL for every single one of their pages. It's a quick way to analyze what kind of SEO do they have going on their existing site right now. If you, and then of course you can add the keywords that you think. You can do keyword research and be like, oh, this page you should be targeting this keyword, or this page you should be targeting this keyword. You can add those keywords if you want. You know what I mean? I already showed you guys that. Add the 5 keywords you want to be targeting. Okay. Redo their SEO. Get the metrics and shit for the keywords you want to target. Then redo the SEO for those pages. Okay, they're already attached. So all you'll have to do, like for instance this one, top substitute for iTunes, because I grabbed it from a page, it's already attached to a page. Now I can change the title right from here and do the optimization for the entire site right from here. So that's what I recommend you do, Mike, and anyone else that has a site that you want to just, you know, refresh your SEO for all your posted pages. That was the method to use. Oh, holy shit, nice. You didn't catch that one, I guess, on one of the other Webbies, Mike. Steven, can you still rank V3 sites by accident while waiting for your articles to arrive? I think you said this happened when creating some V2 sites. Yeah, well, basically what, so like if you create a new group, like when I was doing that keyword research, I believe it was on iTunes Alternative, I think, where you're creating a plan for a page that doesn't exist yet. Okay, which is the opposite of what I just showed you. That was creating the plan for pages that already do exist. So you pull in all the pages, and then you get to see where your optimization is, and if it sucks, you can update it all from one spot. But the other option is creating, doing keyword research and being like, yeah, I want to target this keyword, and I want to target that keyword. I think it was this one right here that we did that example. So watch webinar 2 again to see how we did that. But so like this group is I'm doing keyword research for a keyword I would like to target, and then creating the post and page, right? But it'll come in empty. Now right now that page has nothing on it except for it's properly optimized, right? Oh yeah, and I did this. I was like, go buy a $5. Here's what to do. But this page could be could rank just with what it's got on it. I doubt it, maybe. Depends how easy or hard it is of a keyword. Let's see if it's indexed. I did this 2 days ago. So it's not indexed yet. But it could end up ranking even just on as an empty template that's properly optimized. So it could happen. I'm not saying you should do that practice. Obviously, if I really wanted it to rank, I'd put some content in it and shit like that and all that. But Darren came in late, had V3 since the start. Is this Webby just for new people? No, Darren, I'd go even if you have V3 and you want to fully understand everything that that is involved, go to v3.projectsupremacy.com. This is the last webinar of 4 that we did this week, but it literally, these webinars cover literally every feature of V3 that you may or may not know you had. A lot of V3 users that have watched these webinars are like, man, I didn't know it did that. Man, I didn't know how to do that, right? So they're great training webinars as well. Can you hide installs from other users when using V3 like you can in V2? Yep, you can. So if you go to your websites, okay, and you go into the manage website function of any of your websites, you can choose to hide the plugin or deactivate or wipe the plugin from this section right here. If you only, Kevin Butler, if you only see default, update your plugin. Make sure you're on version 1.6. Okay, because I just showed you I had the same thing where my plugin wasn't fully updated. Make sure you're on v3.016, and then when you go to the conditional formatting, you might have to clear your cache once your plugin's updated just to get rid of the old cache, and then it'll show up. Kevin, do you need to supply a CAPTCHA API in V3 to get the keyword data? No, you no longer do. We actually took that ability and made it a centralized ability so that you guys don't have to fuss with API keys for keyword research. That now runs through our own private service. Todd had a huge list of really good premium private proxies that now runs through. Dorinda, there needs to be a fix because when you import all pages, you can only see 20. We'll check that out, Dorinda. I'd submit a ticket for that too, please. If you've done it, like if you had 100 pages and you submitted it, try pressing refresh too, of course. Mike's redo looks like a way to spy on the top listings too. Fred, contact support if your billing stopped and you want to restart it right here. Okay, Fred Spencer, supremacy.freshdesk.com. Alternatively, no, just go there. Just go. You're gonna have to restart your billing. If your billing fails, guys, your account shuts off. Right? Just so you know, I'm not saying that for you, Fred, but it's just normal. If you stop paying for it, your account shuts off. It goes into a 30-day queue where you have 30 days to restart your billing. If you don't restart your billing, I believe, I don't know what, after 30 days, your account will get wiped and you will lose everything. So keep your billing up to date. Rick, what happens if we hide the plugin and the client goes into an article and changes either the heading or the content? Does that muck up the V3? Okay, so if you hide the plugin and they go to a page or a post and your client changes the title or their description, okay, there's two scenarios where things can happen. Okay, number one is in the project management, okay, you have to have that page or post existing here. Like this page right now, you can see this little green check mark. That means it's attached to a page or a post. That means you can make edits to the title, description, H1, and URL here, and it will also update magically on the post. Not magically, like it's coding, but it's backwards compatible. So if you update any of the title, description, H1, URL on this area or on the post that this group is attached to, it will update in both places no matter where you update it from. If it's not attached, okay, if you don't see a green check mark and it's not attached, then nothing's gonna, it'll only update in the place that they update it. So for instance, if they have a page and you don't have a group for it and they change the title and URL, it'll just change the title and URL. Now, if they have a page but you have it attached and they go and update the title, description, H1 or URL on the page, even though the plugin's hitting, it will update for you here, but you probably won't know what happened because this will just change and there will be no record of it. I added notes so that we could create our own internal records for changes, but if someone else does it to you, then there's no way of knowing it. They would have to tell you that that happened. Hopefully that makes sense, Rick. AJ, thanks for the webinars. I purchased months ago and I just learned so much. Yeah, there was a lot, AJ. There was a lot of updates since we sold as well originally. Steven, so V3 should be a great help for slow broadband connections, but not yet. Today I've been going through old blog pages and either deleting them or keeping the posts, updating content. It's very slow, but for a real speed up, I would need to be able to update the content of each post, and V3 can't do that yet, right? But it will in the future. No, you can update existing content, Steven, from V3 right now. You just can't create new content. So if for instance, if I was working in Lollipop Lustkill site, I could go to posts and pages and see what's there. And then if I didn't like a bunch of posts, I can bulk select them, right? And then on, where's my delete? Okay, we'll build a bulk delete into there too. I thought we already had one. But yeah, you can just use this then. Trash them, trash, but we'll build in a bulk deleter. But you can also do quick edits of existing content already from within the plugin. What we're going to add is the ability to add a new post or page from here and schedule it. That should be pretty easy, actually. James, I don't know. I don't know. That's not really related to anything that we do with Supremacy stuff, so I don't know. I kind of just mutter along and do my own thing there. Running down to the end of the questions here, guys.
Yes, and I need to cut out. It is 3 p.m. my time, and I have some Tory volleyball business to tend to. It is Thursday. It is the final game of the year. So we are at the end of the questions. Hopefully everybody got their questions answered.
I do want to answer that Stephen one out loud, just so people understand that it's. So Stephen just asked if he trashes something using v3, does it hang waiting for a slow connection or go or whatever? What's happening, guys? The reason it might take a little while is because we had to load balance the processes that are happening in v3. You have to think we have hundreds of users right now. Okay, it's not like thousands, it's hundreds right now. But everybody's using the same dashboard to do a lot of different functions on all their sites, right? So we're managing already, I don't even know how many sites, thousands of sites. So we have to put things into a queue. So because if everybody came in and did an action all at the same time, and our server tried to execute all those actions right when you asked for them to be executed, it would crash the server. So we put things into a queue so that it load balances. Todd is the server guy. He's got lots of magic. He's got 6 massive servers that are running everything. So everything's really fast, okay? And we'll continue to make it fast. If we get a whole bunch of new members that are adding a whole bunch of new sites and we need to upgrade the infrastructure, we will. Right now, I think we're good for a while with the amount of infrastructure that's already there. So it goes into a queue. That's why it's a bit slow, Stephen, but it will happen. And it's really fast. Thanks, Kathy. George, that's a different product. I think you asked that on another webinar, or maybe it was another guy. Guys, if you don't know if you're paying for stuff and you don't know what it is, you need to read your receipts. You should really, truly understand what it is that you're paying for and what you bought. And that's not just for our products, that's for anything. Your receipts tell you what it is you're paying for as well, by the way, guys. We don't, there's nothing funky going on with us. We can only charge you for things that you've asked to be billed for. Okay, last time, guys, if you want to get, replays, v3.projectsupremacy.com. Okay, no, that's stupid. If you want to buy it, there will be a pop-up on this page after 7 seconds with a timer of when this is all going to go away. If you want to buy V3, guys, it's v3.projectsupremacy.com Premier. We have a bunch of different options for you there now. Okay. If you want to get support, it's supremacy.freshdesk.com. Hopefully you guys like the webinars. Hopefully we taught a lot. That's the end of it. These will close again, guys, on Monday at midnight. The timer's there on the replay page to show you when this is going to close. And we are closing in preparation for the big public launch because we are almost ready to go. So if you guys want to get it cheap, now's the time. You're going to get far better deals being internally attached to us than if you wait for our public launch. Kevin, the page speed only attaches to the PBN sites if you make it attach. So by default, page speed is turned off. You have to turn it on, so in order to use it. Bill, you should go watch. It is cheap. You're saying it's not cheap, but it is based on the value. Okay, for this 500 site plan, if you guys were to buy all the shit on your own, and I showed you exactly where these numbers came from, it would be $550 a month, which is crazy. So I think what you're saying is it's a good value, but it's not cheap. I agree, but it is cheap to me. It's a good deal, and we made a cheaper plan as well, just because I know not everybody has 500 sites, so we definitely wanted to cover that.
I think you meant something else.
Yeah, maybe. What else you got we might want besides V3 Serp Tech, Local Supremacy, Spider Spanker? I don't know. We're opening up a group actually, guys. If you really want to know where we're at and where we're going, I'll just do this to kind of close it out. We have SEOsupremacy.com being worked on to be launched. This is like everything. Okay. This is our core. This is mine and Todd's core values of SEO. You find keywords, you build a site, you rank the site, you make money from the site. These are all the products that we have in the suite. This site's not ready yet. This is all the staff that's on board with us. You guys can come here and kind of get a little bit of information about who we are and what we have. This is slowly going to get updated more and more and more. This will be a free registration. We're going to move all our content over here so that we can run webinars from one spot and train everybody on everything, and have all the replays in here. So that's what's coming. But everything, if you're curious about what products we do have, they're all listed here. Just don't expect to read anything but lorem ipsum content for now.
Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. I really need to cut out. So unless there's more questions, or Herc, you want to continue, I guess so.
No, we're at the 2-hour mark, so we'll cut it off there, guys. If you guys do have questions, just go to the Facebook group, as well as right here on the bottom, guys. There's comments, right? Please leave your comments. Actually, do your comments here. If you have questions about what you saw, leave them here. It's just a nice organized place where everybody can read about V3 comments and questions. We'll do it all there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, cool. Well, thanks again, everybody, for coming out this week. I saw a lot of repeat visitors all week. Really cool that most of you guys could make it to all 4 of these webinars. And for those of you catching the replay, cool. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Herc, for putting on another great demonstration about all the features, and drop in some more knowledge and training about everything it is that you do. And I guess that's a wrap, guys. We will leave this open until Monday evening, so you can, you know, make a decision, or just, you know, wait till later. Yeah, that too.
Damn it, buy it. It's good. It's good friggin' software.
It is definitely. If you plan on being into this business for the foreseeable future, then it definitely is very helpful for you and everything else. As you know, now we won't want to beat a dead horse. I think we've driven the principles and the concepts home pretty good. So that's a wrap, guys. What a week! 8 hours of content this week. Really awesome. You know, we'll continue to be doing our webinar stuff. We'd love to do it. We'd love to help you guys out. We'd love to answer all your questions. Your questions give us so much, you know, adds to our thought process. You know, without you guys, we wouldn't know, you know, half the things that we need to continue building and things like that. So really do appreciate it. We'll let Herc finish this comment right here.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because I see so many people saying so many great things about it that already have it in the chat box, guys. But the only people that can see that is me and Todd. And while we definitely thank you for those lovely comments, it would be great if everybody could see your thoughts. So please leave your thoughts of V3, of the webinars, of everything on this page, guys. We love seeing comments. Everybody gets to read them as well, so it's just nice to share your thoughts. So please do that on v3.projectsupremacy.com, guys.
Yes, everyone.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yep, thanks a lot, everybody. Signing off now, and we'll see you on the inside. Talk to you later.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.